Hello, assalamu alaikum. How are you all doing? I am Coach Binish. I help women gain clarity and find direction, happiness, and love in their lives without feeling guilty, ashamed, and sorry for wanting all those things, right? So I'm here with today's topic. It's very interesting. It's something we all struggle with. We all have to face it every single month, and it's like sometimes we don't know what to do. Sometimes we don't know what's going on. Sometimes we just have no idea, right? So we have to understand ourselves to uh, to 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 figure out, to realize what kind of issues we're facing. Sometimes we're so um, unaware of what's going on with us. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about how mindfulness can help you handle your periods better, you know? So we all women have to go through this once a month. We get our periods and we become a monster. So many times our days go by and things happen, something which in which usually would not bother us, but then all of a sudden, what happens, we just blow up, we burst out, we become a monster. We're yelling and screaming, and we don't know what's going on. And even though we know that it's a wrong behavior, but we still continue because we don't have any control over ourselves. So today we're going to learn how we can command our periods, basically using the technique of mindfulness. All right. Before getting into the topic of mindfulness, I want you to understand what is our periods, what's going on in our periods, and what are you even do you even fall into the category of where you need to work on yourself on this aspect? Most of us kind of do, and then a lot of us misunderstand what it actually is. So we're gonna get into this topic, and I am super excited. I know that this is a universal issue. All women are dealing with this. All women are struggling with this. And for a week or two before and after our periods, where we become crazy monsters, we don't like being like this. We don't like doing what we do. Um, it hurts us. It hurts those around us. So we gotta really do something about it. We gotta change it, and we can. If it was something we couldn't, then we'll find reasons to, okay, let it go, forgive this person, there is no way. But there is. You can end this suffering very easily. And why am I saying that? Again, everything I teach you guys is something I have dealt with myself. These symptoms I'm going to share with you, I was having all those symptoms, a lot of those symptoms, and it was making me crazy. And after an episode, I would sit with myself and think about it. What did I just do? And why did I do that? I usually generally don't act like this. But people around you always are not always going to understand. They're not always going to forgive. Not always going to let it go. And all of our actions have effect on others. Walaikum assalam, Wasia. Great to have you. How are you doing? So yeah, all of our actions have effect on others, those around you. So maybe you did something out of out of your emotions. It was not in your control. It was hormonal. It was because of the periods. It was because you were sick, whatever. But your actions do leave a mark on other people, and that's what we want to control. We want to make it positive. We don't want our kids and our families to remember that, oh, mom used to be so irritable, mom always used to be so annoyed, and you could not talk to her, you could not approach her. We don't want people to think like this about us, because we're not these people. What happens is that our behavior during these days is are so it's so prominent, it's so obvious, it's so big and out there that that becomes our identity somehow. I know it's not fair, but this is what happens. People remember you more when you are loud, when you're out there, when you are, stronger in your actions and reactions. So a person who is always kind and calm and relaxed, and then all of a sudden one day they blow up. First, and it's completely unfair. I don't agree with this, but it happens that people are going to remember that one day and ignore all the other good days you had with them. So what we're going to learn is that we're going to try to understand what is happening in your periods. Okay, so what happens is that because during the periods there is a decrease of progesterone in your body, and that kind of causes all these craziness that's happening. I want you to understand the terms PMS and PMDD. These are the terms we usually hear. Oh, I'm going through PMS or I'm going through PMDD. What does it actually mean? It's easy to just claim this is PMS. That's why, and that's not an excuse. Okay, so we also got to understand that, oh, if of course if you are going through PMS, but this does not allow you to behave in a bad way. Okay, this does not allow you, it does not justify your burst outs. Why? Because there is a way out, because there's a way to control that, because there's a way up to manage it, and that's what we're going to learn. So what is PMS is premenstrual syndrome. Okay, these are the changes in your mood during certain parts of your cycle, and it affects most of the women. It affects 80% of the women, and the mood changes are mild to moderate. It's not extreme, and sometimes it's just feeling a little moody, a little irritable, and it happens like before the periods, before you get your periods, a little before. It could be a week, it could be 2, 3, 4 days before. So you're feeling irritable, you're feeling annoyed, you're feeling a little cranky. So it's not, this is not the monster we're going to talk about. This is not the monster. Most of the women experience this, and it is very common. But the good thing about PMS is that it's easily manageable. It's easily manageable. Now, let's come to PMDD. That's the monster. This is the monster person we're going to talk about. PMDD stands for premenstrual dysphoric disorder. Okay? And this is more severe. And you turn into a werewolf in a full moon, on a full moon. Okay? This is how crazy this is. You become a crazy monster. You are so agitated and irritated that you don't know what's going on with you, and you just don't want anybody to come close to you. I'm not saying that everybody actually respond to this feeling and do some all the time, fall for it and do something that is questionable, but it might happen. You feel like you're not in control of yourself. Like if you're feeling angry, it's difficult for you to calm yourself down unless you have an episode of the burst out, or even then, sometimes you are yelling and screaming, but still not calming down. Sometimes you did pick up something and threw it, but you're still not calming down. So this does not happen to every woman. It's a very small percentage of women who have to deal with this, and we're going to go into detail of I'm going to share a list of symptoms. If you are struggling with PMDD, you have to have at least 5 to 7 of these symptoms. Not every single period, but most of the time. So if you see that you're experiencing these symptoms most of the time, then you may fall into this category, or you may be experiencing PMDD. Okay. All right. So what happens is that in the week before, what happens in the week before your periods, you start experiencing the symptoms, and within the days of starting your periods, within the days of getting your periods, you become, all the symptoms are gone, and you become a very, very normal person. So these are like two different people. You can tell, oh, before the period, this is somebody else. This is not me. I usually don't feel this way. I usually don't hate people. I usually don't want to throw things. I usually don't want to, yell and scream and argue and uncontrollable anger. But this is who I become before my periods. And then after, as soon as you get your periods, it's all gone. Poof. It's like, who is this new person? And this is the new person who appears after the period is the one you relate to most. You associate, that's who you are. And that's actually who you are. So don't judge yourself, okay? Don't judge yourself for feeling the way you're feeling before your periods, because it is not you. It is not you. It is what the changes that's going on in your body, and it becomes harder, difficult as you grow older. Okay, so yeah, that's it. That's just it. As we grow older, things will become more challenging. That's why we have to train ourselves at a younger age. So when we are older, we're not as bad. Okay, if you are if you're a spoiled brat at a younger age, you're not going to be a very, very you know kind and righteous person, and in your old age you may or you may not, but there are more chances that you may not. It's going to be harder for you to train yourself at an older age. That's why it's important that we train ourselves in a at a younger age, so we are better at our older age as well, inshallah. So the symptoms I'm going to share are, they fall into two categories. One is emotional, and the second category is the physical symptoms. So the emotional symptoms, and I want you to kind of make notes of this list, because you gotta have to watch yourself to be able to even put yourself in this category, if you, to be able to kind of understand if you even are experiencing PMDD or not. So make a list of this, of the symptoms. Emotional symptoms, what you will be experiencing is mood swings, sadness and being tearful, increased sensitivity to rejection, irritability, anger, interpersonal conflicts. You get into conflicts more, and depressed mood. You feel helpless, hopelessness, putting yourself down, anxiety, tension, feeling on the edge all the time. And then you also feel decreased in interest in usual activities. Usually, the things you like to do, you don't feel interest in those anymore. You see that you have poor concentration, decreased energy, appetite change. It may increase or it may decrease, or you may be craving something. And what happens? Hypersomnia or insomnia. You want to sleep more, or you just lose your sleep. Okay. And then you also feel overwhelmed and out of control. All of these emotional symptoms, it's too much. It is too much to understand, to comprehend, to manage. But I promise you, you can. It's doable. I did it, so you can too. Okay. Now the physical, I'm gonna. But the good thing is that when your period starts, you kind of lose the symptoms. So that's a good thing. What we are going to look for are the signs of the symptoms before the date. So yes, you have to kind of mark your calendars. That's what I do. When I started feeling all these emotions, I go back to my calendar, I look at the date, and I'm like, oh, okay, now I know why I'm feeling all of this. So I'm gonna be okay. Now I'm gonna be okay. As soon as you're aware of what's going on and why is it happening, that's it. That's it. That's your power there. You are in control. You are in control. The physical symptoms you might experience are breast tenderness or swelling, joint or muscle pain, or and bloating. So these are the physical symptoms, but physical symptoms are still easy to handle. It's the emotional part of it that's too much. It's overwhelming. It is just, you know, not in our control. And we do some things and then we regret later because of our emotional, the actions we take based on our emotions. So, again, just like I said, if you are aware of what's happening and why it's happening, you are in control. That gives you the power. So, what I want you to do is keep a daily diary. How do you know that you are actually you experiencing PMDD or if it's just PMS? You gotta have to watch yourself. And this is not self-diagnosis or something. It's not like confirmed that, oh yes, I am struggling with PMDD, or yes, I do have PMS. I'm not a doctor here. I'm not diagnosing you, or you even are not going to diagnose yourself. But what happens is that we're just here to understand ourselves better. Okay, so we manage things better. You have to understand. And so what you want to do is that you're going to make a diary for at least 2 to 3 months, because that's going to show you consistency of the behavioral changes in your lifestyle, and that's how you're going to track your behavior, and that's how you're going to understand and figure out if you do need help or not. Okay. Because all this is so common, I feel like most of us will kind of tick mark everything. Yes, mood swings. Yes, sadness. Yes, sensitivity. Yes, irritability, anger, interpersonal conflicts. Hey, especially the husband, poor guy. He doesn't want to come close to you around that time, right? Depression, putting yourself down, anxiety, tension, feeling on edge all the time. Oh my God, it's all that. It's too much. It's too much for you. It's too much for the people around you. Walaikum assalam, Irma. So have make a diary for 2 to 3 months. Watch your habit. Watch your routine. Write it down when you're feeling something you're feeling which is out of your routine, your emotions that's usually not you, and then what is the time when you're done feeling like that? What happens as soon, what happens is so funny. What happens with me, the exact day before my periods, I feel like I'm this monster, and then the next morning, the first sign of the periods, it's gone. I'm like, what? Who was that person last night? That's not me. Who was that? I don't even recognize that person. That is not me. I want to control myself. I know that this is wrong. I should not be feeling this way, but I have no control. But as soon as I brought my awareness to it, it magically disappeared. It magically all came into control. It's amazing, subhanAllah. I mean, that's what we're going to learn coming up next. We're going to learn how mindfulness can help you in this situation. That's all what I do. I don't take any medication. So watch yourself for a couple months, make your diary, write everything down, and you can take this diary to your to your doctor, your OBGYN, your physician, or your psychiatrist, and they can help you understand what to do. Some people do need help with medication, but some people don't want to take medication, right? Like me, I don't want to take any medication. I don't even take Advil if I have fever. I just want to let it go. I want to stay away from medicine as much as I can. Yes, Irma. Yes, we all do. We're all in the same boat, girls. But I'm here to assure you that you can manage it. You can manage it in an amazing way. You're going to be surprised. You're going to be surprised. If you do what I'm going to teach you, then you are going to be, in control. You're going to be in power. You're going to have that power. You're going to be an amazing. You're going to be surprised. I don't know. I don't want to say anymore. I'm going to go back to my topic, but you're going to be surprised. But the thing is that the key is that you actually apply what you're learning here. If you're not going to apply anything, then nobody can help you. You have to apply these tricks, these tips. Make a diary. Record yourself, record your habits, record your feelings, emotions, according to the dates. Mark your date of the period, what date you got period last month, and the next month, close to that date, watch yourself. So if this happens, this is happening repeatedly, it doesn't have to, you don't have to experience the symptoms every single period, but most of the time you're feeling this way. Okay, all the symptoms I mentioned before, you're experiencing these symptoms almost every period, most of the time, most of the months you go through that, and that's a challenge you're struggling with. If that's the case, then you may be experiencing PMDD, that's premenstrual dysphoric disorder, when you become a premenstrual monster disorder, let's say that. Let's call it that. Okay, so one way, of course, to treat all these symptoms is by taking medication. If you choose to go that route, it's your choice. You go to your doctor, see your doctor, show your doctor your calendar, and she'll be able to guide you if you do actually need medication or you don't, or which one, and etc. So if you are looking for that help, definitely go there. It's up to you, your choice. Me personally, I don't want to take medication for these things. I want to control my nafs. I want to be able to be the boss. I want to command my periods, let's say that. Yes, I'm not going to let my periods rule me, control me. I'm going to control my periods. Okay, so that's where I come in. If you want that, then you can continue in this in this video with me, because that's what I am all about. Mindfulness, your emotional control, your emotional mastery, what we did last week, that can also help you. And that actually, it has to become a part of your daily life, everyday life, how you are going to master your emotions. And what I'm going to teach you now also has to become a part of your daily life. It's not going to only help you with your periods, it's going to help you with every single thing in your life. Okay, before we go into mindfulness, I'm going to just quickly mention that taking care of your diet during this time also helps. So avoiding caffeine, avoiding nicotine, avoiding sugar, minimizing sodium, increase intake of water, getting more sleep, exercising, and taking nutritional supplements. Of course, doctor is going to suggest you that part, but doing these things also helps you a lot. It's going to help you, physically and emotionally as well. All right, now let's get to the actual topic. Yes, that is the actual topic. Mindfulness. Periods is just a part of our life. It's not our life. It's just a week in our month that makes us go crazy. And how do we manage that? Right? And there are other challenges we face every single day. Periods is not the only challenge we face. We face so many other things. And handling and managing all those things in a better way, applying mindfulness techniques. Okay, what is mindfulness? What do you guys understand by mindfulness? Mindfulness is it's a very beautiful thing. It's a very beautiful thing. If you understand it, it's going to change your life drastically. It will make you happy, calm, feeling fulfilled. It will give you high performance in every aspect of your life. And most of all, what it will do for you is that it's going to stop your suffering, eliminate suffering. Isn't that what we all want? We don't want to suffer anymore, right? Well, we don't have what we say that we don't have control over the situations that are happening in my life that's causing me pain, and because of that pain, I'm suffering, right? Let's take periods, for example. There's something that you can control. It comes every month, and it's actually a good thing, right? You don't want to be the lady who doesn't get her periods, right? You want your periods, but then what do I do with all the pain that comes with it? All the suffering that comes with it? I don't want that. And if you want to end that, you got to be mindful. You cannot do anything, any of what I mentioned before. You cannot manage your periods. You cannot manage any other emotional situation. You cannot manage your relationships. You cannot manage your internal conflicts, personal, how you feel about yourself, your self-esteem, your confidence. Nothing can improve if you are not practicing mindfulness. You won't have command over yourself if you are not practicing mindfulness. So this is why it's important. It is so important for you to be happy, for you to be calm in situations where anyone else would freak out, for you to feel fulfilled, for you to do the best you can in any given situation, and stop suffering. Stop suffering from what happened in the past. Stop suffering from what's happening today. It stops suffering for what's going to happen every single month. Stop the suffering. That's why mindfulness is a very important thing. All right? Now, what is it? We just learned why is it important. Now we want to learn what is mindfulness actually. Mindfulness is being in the moment and having an observation of yourself. Let it sink a little bit. Yeah? It may be a new concept for you. It may be something different, or you may already be practicing it. Mindfulness is being in the moment and having an observation of yourself. Yes, you literally step out of yourself and observe yourself. It's about you observing yourself without any sort of judgment, criticism, and additional thought. It's just looking at yourself from outside, but not judging yourself. That's the key. Don't judge, don't criticize, and don't add anything to it. No justifications, no explanations, nothing. Just look at yourself from outside. And you look at yourself from outside and watch what you are doing. watch yourself like as if you're watching a movie, or you know how you see a dream, and in your dream you can actually see yourself doing things even though you are the one doing stuff in the dream, but you can see yourself from outside. That's exactly what I want you to do. Practice. You step out of yourself and look at yourself. That's mindfulness. That's awareness. For example, you know how scientists observe their specimens, their animals, you know, they're observing and recording the behaviors. So let's just take a scientist observing a chimpanzee, okay? And the scientist is just sitting outside the cage quietly with a notebook and a pen, and he's watching this chimp doing whatever, going about his day, running from here to there, going up on a branch, coming down, hanging from a branch, eating something, and the scientists just keep writing it, right? He just notes down everything. He's not adding anything to it. He's not judging the chimp. He's not criticizing him. He's just writing everything down. Whatever he observes, he just writes down. He's reading it. He's trying to just see what it is. The fact for fact. That's it. And that is what mindfulness is. Now you can say that I already know what I'm doing, and I have been doing. I get up in the morning and I get freshen up, then I go downstairs and I make breakfast for everybody, then I make lunch, then I everything, right? You know what you're doing, but you're not. You're actually not aware of it. You aren't. So when you will start practicing mindfulness, you will realize how much of your day you're actually missing. You're doing so many things just mindlessly, just out of habit. You're going to be shocked how little consciousness you have throughout your day. How many things you just do because you have to do it, because you just do it, you know? And that's what we do in our prayers also. We just pray out of habit. We're not present in the moment. We're either thinking about something in the past, or we're thinking about something in the future, or we have a list to follow, our schedules. We're just always stressed about it. We'll have to get this done. We're not in the moment. We're just like that monkey who's doing things mindlessly. Don't know why I'm doing it. Don't know. Don't feel it. Don't experience the moment. So you have to experience the moment without distractions. That's mindfulness. And you know, you can do it while you're going about your day, while you're doing the things you're supposed to do. You can practice mindfulness every single second of your day. And you'll be surprised how well it makes your life improve. You will be surprised. So let's try it next time you do something mundane, something which is like does not require any thinking. Okay, maybe you are cleaning the house, or maybe you are washing the dishes, maybe you are eating your lunch or dinner or breakfast or a cup of tea. Bring your awareness to it. Think about it. Think about the tea, the cup, what the shape of the cup is, what color is my tea, how does it taste, what is it, and then you take a sip, and how the sip goes down your throat and in your tummy, and how does it make you feel to be able to sit and relax and just enjoy your cup of tea. Think about it. Bring your awareness to it without adding anything, without judging yourself, without thinking about, oh, I have to get done with this tea so I can go to the next chore. I can go to the next. You have this 5 minutes, just be there. That's how you enjoy the moment. That's how you don't spoil the mood. That's how you live life and feel like you have lived it. You need that, Otherwise, we're born and then we fast forward 60 years and then we're dead. And when you look back, you feel like, what did I do? What did I do? I don't see anything except for the daily running around, right? That hamster wheel routine, but I don't even know what I did. And why did I do that? I didn't even experience it. Because of this habit, we miss so much our kids are doing. We don't enjoy life with our families because we're so distracted. We miss the moments. We say that, oh, I saw my kid take first step. How amazing that feels. What happens afterwards? What happens when they grow older? What happens? Why is not that important anymore? So this is an additional layer you need to add within yourself before you react or respond to anything. So now, along with observing yourself, I want you to bring your awareness to the most difficult thing to bring awareness to. It's your negative emotions. Here comes PMDD, okay? And anything else in your life. The next time you have an emotional episode when you are angry at someone or yourself, you want to yell and you're anxious or you're depressed or you're sad, you're irritable, you have those feelings of hate, you're feeling pessimistic, you're feeling down at yourself, you feel lonely, you feel worthless, or you're feeling all of this, maybe you're feeling all of this just because of PMDD, even that. And especially the times when you tend to do some stupid things which you regret later, in these times, you have to practice mindfulness. Right? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah? The stupid things we do and then we regret later. You wish, like, I had not said that. I wish I have not done that. Right? All that, don't gather all that regret in your bucket. You don't have to, if you only practice mindfulness. So the moments when you are under the influence of your emotions, it is complete, yes, under the influence of your emotions are the times you're the least conscious. You are not realizing what you're doing. You're not realizing how is it affecting you, how is it affecting your family, how is it affecting your performance in your life, how is it, what is it teaching others as well. You're not realizing. And even in those moments, if somebody want to bring your attention to that, it doesn't work. Right? It doesn't work. So many times when people are angry and you tell them, don't do this, this is wrong, you're making a mistake here, but they don't listen. They still do it because in those moments, they are under the influence of their emotion. And they listen to their emotion, and this is what they do because I feel like doing this, so I do it. And when they calm down, they regret. And I want you to not feel that regret anymore. What I want for you is to command your life, command your actions in a way that, and your emotions, control your emotions in a way that you don't have to regret later. How you can control your tongue, how you can control your hand, how you can control everything, your behaviors in your life. So you become so powerful that your emotions don't have any control over you. Okay? So at this point, when you are feeling angry, agitated, irritable, oh my English. Yeah. You feel all those negative emotions. At this point, I want you to take notice of your emotions and feelings. Don't shut them up. Let it run its course. Don't stop. Watch yourself as a scientist. Get out of your body and watch yourself from outside and observe yourself. Let the emotions run. Don't do anything. Don't take actions, but the emotions, what's happening inside you, let it run. Don't judge yourself, and don't tell yourself it's bad. It's bad to feel angry. It's bad to feel irritable. It's bad to feel like this. No, it's not bad. It's just what it is. That's it. Just take it as it is. Okay? So don't stop your emotions. Don't judge yourself. Let it run through, and don't tell yourself it's bad. Okay? This is the key to emotional mastery. This is the real stuff. Real stuff. And this is what consciousness is. We talk about taqwa. In Islam, we talk about taqwa so much. This is what actually taqwa is. This is the core of it. Being mindful and aware of what you're doing every single moment of your life. That's taqwa. Okay? This, if you practice this consistently, then fewer things will bother you and your suffering will end. Suffering will end. Anything that comes across that bothers you, you will be able to, okay, stay calm. You'll be surprised how after practicing this, some really big things happen and you're not panicking anymore. You'll be surprised at yourself. Okay? So taking a third person perspective, coming out of yourself and look at yourself. What am I doing? Well, how am I feeling? What do I do? Why am I doing this? Etc. Right? When you do that, then you detach yourself from the pain and suffering, and you will no longer identify with it, and you're not going to respond based on that emotion. If you practice this, you're not going to respond based on your emotions. Just like an animal would do, right? We're not animals, right? And the bad things won't affect you. It takes a vision to see how much happiness and success and freedom this can bring into your life. Imagine something bad happening and you didn't have to react to it or suffer because of that. Imagine that moment. Something bad happened to you and you did not feel the need to respond. Somebody said something really, really mean and cruel, and you were like, okay. Freedom! That's the real freedom, guys. That's the real freedom. That's what you need. That's what you want in your life, to command your life, to command your emotion, to gain the mastery, the emotional mastery you're looking for. Everything will be under control. Okay? This is when you take the proper action and stop the chain of the reactions. Alright? Isn't that cool? Isn't that amazing? I want you guys to give me a feedback. I want you guys to tell me how did these tips help you? How was this information for you? Did it help you or not? Practice this first, and then tell me. Come back to the group, make a post about it. And I also asked you last week as well, make a post about your experiences. I want to hear from you guys now. I want to hear from you ladies. I want you ladies to tell me if these things are actually helping you. I'm sharing my personal experiences with you. I'm sharing the things which helped me a great deal in my life, transformed me into who I am today. Okay, I was not always like this. I was not always under control. But it is very, very possible. It's very, very doable. Okay? And you can with all your problems, with all your difficulties, with all your challenges in life, you can still be happy, you can still be positive, you can still be successful. I promise you that. Okay? So with this, I'm going to wrap up today's session. If you want to book a call with me and let me know, let me help you walk through the struggles of life, holding your hand at every step. I'm going to share some information in the comment section or in the post about my website and the programs I run. Let me know if I can help you. You take care of yourselves. I wish you guys lots of love and happiness and power and success, and I pray that you gain the command on your emotions and experience the beauty and beauty of life. Enjoy your life. All right, you guys, take care. Love you guys, and I'll see you another time. Bye.